Margaret Thatcher, the Iron Lady and former Prime Minister of the United Kingdom, is dead. But before you scroll past, let's just take a minute not just to talk about the Prime Minister, but the person behind the power suit and the iron stare. Because the truth is, she wasn't just a leader, she was a force and she was complicated. She made history, sure, but she also made dinner. She loved dancing, she had a soft spot for fashion. And while she stormed through politics like a hurricane, she also cared a lot about getting things done just right, including her hair. So let's talk about who she really was. She didn't come from privilege. Margaret Hilda Roberts grew up in a small town called Grantham, where her dad ran a corner shop and led the local church. He was big on discipline, hard work, and debate, and so was she. One of her favorite sayings was, "Watch your thoughts, for they become actions. Watch your actions, for they become habits." And that just gives you a pretty good idea of what she was like. She studied chemistry at Oxford, worked as a research chemist for a while, and then trained as a barrister. In short, she was smart, focused, and determined right from the start. By 1979, she had become the UK's first female prime minister, and she didn't just break that glass ceiling, she practically steamrolled through it. The nickname Iron Lady came from a Soviet journalist who meant it as an insult, but Thatcher loved it. She wore it like an armor, and honestly, it fit her. She came into office with a clear agenda to shake things up. She cut public spending, privatized national industries, and took on the trade unions hard. Some people say she saved the economy, others say she tore the heart out of the working class communities. She wasn't just about economics either. She led Britain through the Falklands War in 1982, a victory that boosted her popularity and solidified her image as a no-nonsense leader. On the global stage, she was tight with Ronald Reagan and stood firm against the Soviet Union, and she played a major role in the final act of the Cold War. Her beliefs were clear: individual responsibility over collective welfare. One of her most famous lines was that there is no such thing as society. There are individual men and women, and there are families. Whether you agree or not, that line alone says a lot about how she saw the world. Strict, sharp, and private. She didn't do small talk, and she didn't waste time. But she also loved cooking. Like, she really loved cooking. She used to make meals for her cabinet. Steak and kidney pie was a favorite. She also loved dancing and was seriously into fashion. Those iconic suits and perfectly set hair was not just style, they were strategy. She was married to Dennis Thatcher, a businessman with a dry sense of humor, and they were together until his death in 2003. They had twins, Mark and Carol, and Mark once went missing in the desert doing a rally race and sparked an international search effort, really, while Carol became a writer and TV personality. And while Thatcher didn't party hard, she did enjoy a good whiskey, scotch, neat. Her best lines was, "Being powerful is like being a lady. If you have to tell people you are, you aren't." That sums her up. She didn't announce her power, she just was. But even the strongest grip loosens over time. By the late 80s, her leadership style, always sure, always top down, started to rub people the wrong way. Her own party grew restless. The poll tax caused riots, and her government's response to the AIDS crisis was slow and criticized. She supported controversial leaders abroad like Chile's Pinochet. Eventually, it caught up to her. In 1990, after pressure from her own party, she stepped down. And yes, there were tears, but there were no apologies. Even now, Thatcher stirs strong feelings. To some, she was the woman who turned Britain around. To others, she was the architect of deep social division. But love her or not, one thing is certain: she didn't make history, she shaped it. She walked into a world of men and made herself impossible to ignore. She walked, she fought, she led. And she left behind a country forever changed. So the Iron Lady is gone, but her story is still very much alive. Reporting this is Whimsical Amy. Please do well to like, subscribe, and share. Thank you.